Bob Westfall notifies a couple of hours ago that we have not received an approval from New York NYSDEC ECHD regarding the sanitary sewer extension that is needed. So we will have the public hearing on Gun Creek PDD detailed plan and final approval phase B, but we'll keep it open. So we're going to take comments on it now, correct?
I'll read the public
Go
hearing
ahead.
and then you can ask speakers. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held on Monday, the 2nd of May, to consider an application by Gun Creek LLC for a detailed plan, final plat approval of Phase 2B of Gun Creek subdivision, 49 lots. All interested persons may attend at said time and place and be heard thereon.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Supervisor and members of the town board. Sean Hopkins of the law firm of Hopkins, Sorge and Romanowski. And as you'll recall from previous meetings, I'm the attorney involved in the Gun Creek project. What's in front of you this evening, and I'll also turn it the other way so the audience can see it, is detailed plan and final plat approval for what's known as Phase 1B. That is these 49 lots shown in pink and orange. So if anyone in the audience is interested, is these lots that are located on the north side or on the south side of Gun Creek. Since the previous meetings with this board, I did attend the Conservation Advisory Board meeting last Thursday evening. Councilmember Billick was there and answered any questions they had relative to the project. As the supervisor indicated in his introductory comments, as a result of the fact that both the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and the Erie County Health Department have not yet finalized their review and approval of the sanitary sewer extension due to some technical reasons that we're working with the engineering department on, we're not asking for you to close the hearing this evening. The reason we're not asking you to close the public hearing is in connection with final plat applications. Believe it or not, in the law, there are provisions whereby if a certain time period passes, an applicant could say they're entitled to default approval. I want to make it clear on the record, first and foremost, we would not do that. But secondly, rather than be safe than sorry, the best approach is to leave the public hearing open. I think everything else about this project we've previously seen. We've been working diligently over the past few months to address a wide assortment of input that we received. I do know there's one resident here who has comments. I would certainly welcome the opportunity to either meet with her or address her comments. And then secondly, I would note this project, of course, goes all the way back to 2005. Realistically, we hoped it would happen a lot sooner. I've now reset my goal, 47. So my goal now is hopefully we get this approved before I become eligible to join the Golden Age Club. It's only 3 years from now. The other thing I would note is I would also like to congratulate Patty Frenzel. I deal with town clerks in every municipality in Erie County, and she's nothing but friendly and charismatic in every instance. So congratulations on that. If there are any questions about the project, I would welcome the opportunity to address them. And I know there is a resident who wants to speak.
Hi, Maura. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Want to say anything again?
Sean, would you mind sitting down?
No,
So
no,
big, it might be
absolutely not.
intimidating
No.
someone. I would want to stand behind me.
Can I come with you
Can't
dinner?
intimidate. That's fine.
I just want to say, I've lived on Trace Lane for almost 27 years now, and I've spoken on this, or my husband has, or our neighbors have, several times, but not to this specific audience, so I'll give you a little background. Tracy Lane backs up to the area of Gun Creek, and our backyards, we have major wetlands behind us. So they've kind of looked and mitigated some of the wetlands, but there's a large area of wetlands in the Gun Creek area. There's also all kinds of wildlife, and I can't tell you exactly what's there, but I'm sure I could get that information for you if I'd like, but I know if there's, like if you look at the deer population and things like that, they need somewhere to go, but that's just part of the things that I want to talk about. We have put a lot of new building on Grand Island recently. We have all kinds of apartments going up on the boulevard. I don't know the exact number, but, do you know?
Almost 300.
Yeah, so that's the 300 new ones. They just built the other ones just a little ways further down. There's new houses going up down to the other side of the high school. With all of these houses, there are going to be children. And if you even put one child in half of the homes being built, you're talking 250 new children in Grand Island. And that's a low estimate. And if you try to put 250 children into our existing school district, we don't have enough room to put those children into schools. So we're going to then have to build a new elementary school to compensate for all the kids that are coming in. And all these houses and all this building, it's going to put so much stress on the infrastructure of our town that we have to look at more things than just let's build houses. You have to look at what the whole effect of those houses being built and how it's going to impact the whole community, not just one developer. Okay, so that's a big point that I wanted to talk to you about. One of the last times I spoke here incidentally was regarding the convenience store on the corner of Ransom and Stony Point. And I said at the time, a child will get hurt crossing the street, trying to go to the store, which did happen. And within less than 5 years, the store will be closed and we'll be left with an empty building. We now have an empty building sitting in the corner of Ransom and Stony.
And can I just add, I've tried to call them, and it's been not only closed, it's been pretty much closed for over a year.
Yeah.
Where just, they had like one Twinkie on the shelf.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't know either,
Yeah.
but
I
that was
remember
a speculation that when they built that, you know, many of us came out and spoke to the town board, kind of fell on deaf ears. And we know what we're talking about. That's our area. We know our area. Okay, we now have empty gas tanks sitting in the ground there, and it's a nice building, I guess. But, and traffic. I don't know if you ever tried to leave Ransom Road when school's letting out, but it is nightmarish. And if you try to pull out onto Ransom from our street now, if you don't leave by 2:15, don't think about leaving until 2:40 because you can't get out of our street. So if you put all those other cars coming out of that development, what are we supposed to do? You know, we live there and we know what it's going to be like. We can't handle that in that specific area. So I really don't think that we should approve any new building. And, you know, they already upped the density. It's too many houses to go into that area.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I will, no more comments on the public hearing items?
Could I make a comment?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
My name is Michael Jensen, and you're probably not aware of it, or most of the people here aren't. This Gun Creek Estates that we're building on is my grandfather's farm. And I was born here in 1948. My father was born here in 1918. My grandfather was born here in 1880. So I think I'm well aware of more of what's going on Grand Island than most of the people in this room. And I agree with that lady that was just up here. There's already too many people over here. Now you're gonna put 277 homes over there. That's gonna be over 500 cars that are gonna try to get over that Grand Island Bridge. And when's the last time you tried to get over the Grand Island Bridge at 4:30 in the summertime?
Yeah.
Now you're adding 500 more cars in there. And, you know, it's just, we're getting saturated over here and nobody wants to hear anything about these bridges. They don't want to hear anything about traffic on this highway. And, you know, the accidents and the stuff that's happening over here, all you're doing is adding to it. You're putting more apartments, you're putting more housing, you're putting everything over here. My opinion is I think this whole thing is wrong. It's nothing but contractor greed is all it is people trying to make money. This is not about anything that's going to help Grand Island. It's just about greed. And that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, sir. I will say a lot of, Mr. Jensen, I think we are, all five of us, very concerned about overdevelopment on the island. I think all the concerns that we've raised by yourself and Maura, we're thinking about, and they're very important to us. I know me personally, I just want to let you know that, because the bridges, the traffic on the bridges, the traffic on our roads, I live off Ransom, so I know when Maura says that it's a traffic jam over there, it is. You can't get out of there in the morning. So we understand those concerns. I just wanted to let you know that before you sat down, because we're considering all this. Thank you, sir. Okay, with that, I'm going to close the public hearing. Oh, yeah, oops, I forgot. For this item, the Gun Creek item, we're going to leave the public hearing open. Is that right? So can I get a motion to leave it open?
So moved.
Okay. You don't need a motion? Okay, we're just open then.
We'll stay on the table.
It'll stay on the table until the next meeting.